G'day guys, I'm out here in Western Australia, out in the Pilbara, looking for some gold. This beautiful scenery is just amazing. No one else around. There's a railway track going along here, and there's a dirt road that runs along there as well. But today we are going to be working down there and looking and seeing if we can get any gold. Alright guys, so you can see the truck. I was just coming over that hill before. It's just travelling along past. It's heading out that way. Just wanted to show you on this site that there's a massive mine shaft sitting down here. Some of you guys know might know where it is, but most people don't. And it's got one entrance there, another entrance there, and another entrance down there. And there's also, if I walk along, there's one right there and one up there where my stuff is, and that one there is the biggest one. It goes straight down. So yeah, I'll get back to you in a minute and I'll show you a bit more. Okay guys, so what's happening is this is an old mine dump. That's the shaft there, and what I'm doing is I'm taking back down into layers of all the dirt here that's all covered in rock and clay and all sorts that have come out of that mine. So at this stage I'm raking it all up and putting it into a bucket there, and then I'm using this bit of bloody 12.5 mil by 12.5 mil square mesh, and then I'm classifying it down into that sized sort of stuff. And when I get home, I'll then classify it down into a smaller grain, and then what I do from there is I tip that into a bucket like that and then do the process all over again. So yeah, it's pretty labor intensive, and you kind of need people out here with you, but I've gotten good gold out of here before, so it's not too bad. But it's always good to have a mate out here and all that. So I'm just gonna keep going on with this, and I'll get back to you when I get home. Morning everyone, it's the following day. It's a beautiful day out here in beautiful Pilbara. Now, as you saw on my last little bit of a update on what I was doing, I was out bush and getting the dirt from that old mine dump. So from there, sorry, I'm just getting some stuff moved out of the way. So from that point, so as you know, I've been through already one bucket. I didn't really videotape that because, well, would have been a bit longer. But so what I've done is I've been a bit cheeky and gone and got myself a bin from Kmart. It cost me about $6, and I've drilled a whole bunch of holes in the bottom of it, 5 and 8 mil holes. And what I do is I go and chuck my dirt in here. I do 2 scoops at a time, and what I do is I classify it around, and then it then gets down into this sort of powder here. Yeah, a bit dirty, but oh well. And then what I do is I'll leave this stuff here this sort of stuff, and I'll go through it, make sure that there's no bigger pieces, and then from there is I take this stuff and I use a powder sieve, like what you get from like Kmart or Coles or anything like that, and then I classify it down, and then what I'll do is I'll then go through that smaller rock and go and see if there's any specimen pieces in there, which is actually worth a bit more than actually the gold value. So I'll get to that, and then I'll get back to you guys once I've gone through it. And yeah, so stick around and I'll be back. Okay guys, so now that I've classified it down using that rubbish bin, as you saw, now I've got it down to this fine powder. Now what I do with this is I then go and use this flour sieve to get it down to 1mm mesh, well 1mm material, but because it's getting so small and the gold is very fine in this stuff because it's out of an ore body, and it's been diluting out of the ore body for many years in that mine dump, the gold is very fine, so it has a tendency to float. So what I use is I just go and get a bit of detergent, and you see that around on other prospectors videos and that. So all you got to do really is just put one drop on, and what it does is it breaks the surface tension and allows it so that the gold can drop out of the solution and drop to the very bottom of the bucket. So from there, I've actually classified it down twice. So I got it down to that fine mesh with a little bit of rock in it, and then I've also got this which I second ran through, which is a bit bigger. I'm hoping that there might be some specimens in this stuff here. So I'm going to go through that first, and if I find anything in that one, then I'll turn back on the camera. Okay, so stay tuned. Okay guys, so I ran through that whole bucket of stones, really. Didn't find any specimens in that one, but in saying that, I've still got that whole bucket to do there, which is all the finest stuff, and that's where most of your gold is. So hopefully there's some gold specimens or bigger pieces in that. So we're going to chuck it through the flour sieve, and yeah, hopefully we get something. So I'll be back in a minute. Right, so I've gone down in that bucket, finished that off, classified it all, and now what is left is maybe a third of a bucket. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pan it out in that, well, another bucket filled with water and a bit of detergent, and I'm just going to quickly set you up on a tripod, and then I'll show you guys what to do. Okay guys, so this is a gold pan, as you guys may know if you guys have ever done any prospecting with using a pan like in a river or a creek or something like that. Right here is a Garrett Super Sluice. So this is my preferred pan that I use all the time. Like, I've used different pans over the course of doing all this prospecting over many years, but for the best pan that I've ever used is this one, because you can take a heap of quantity of dirt or material or whatever, and you can quickly use this pan to find out if there's any gold in it, because when you use this, because of these big deep riffles, you won't lose any of your gold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how I pan. Like, I know there's millions of ways on how to pan, and that's a bit of over exaggeration, but this is the way that I pan, and if you guys like it, then maybe you guys can try it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a scoop of concentrated dirt that we've classified down, and with the dirt that I'm using, it's got a lot of clay in it, and what you want to do is because it has a lot of clay, you want to break it down by using your fingers or your whatever. You might have a chemical that you can buy from the shops that gets rid of clay in your soil, but this is an easy way of doing it, and you don't have to worry about spending money. So what you got to do is you got to make sure that all the clay is broken up so that the gold particles drop out of the clay solution. And so once you've done that, so all the clay is broken up, then what you want to do is you want to make your water and your material go in this direction, in a anti-clockwise direction. And what this does is, when you're doing it, what it does is it brings all the heavy materials right to the center of the pan. All your gold, all your heavies, everything like black sand and that. And what that does is it concentrates all your heavies with all the lighter stuff floating around the outside. So a good indicator is, when you're doing this and you know that it's working, is that you'll start to see a concentration in the middle of your pan. Okay, and once you want to start doing that, once you see that, then you want to start moving from side to side and slowly start tilting your pan forwards. Now what that is doing is it's taking all the heavy concentrates that was in the middle of your pan, it's slowly moving them forwards to the front of the pan, and it's getting caught in these big deep riffles, and all your gold and all your heavies will get caught in there and will not fall over the edge when you're finished. And then once you've got that done, I'm going to get a bit more water and do that again, and then you want to start slowly moving it, tilting it forwards, and then once you got to there, then you want to just slowly take off the top layer, not too much, and then bring it back into the middle of your pan and do the whole process all over again. Like, you might do this quite a few times depending on the material, but yeah, this is the method that I use, and really you want to stop right there, so you have about that much material left in your pan. And that's how much I like, because with this it's a lot of fine gold and you don't really want to lose it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this whole bucket, and once I'm finished, then I'll show you guys the gold that's in there. Alright, so I'll be back in a minute. Now, out of 1/3 of the bucket, that's how much material's left, and everything that is left in there now is just all the heavies and the gold. So I'll clean it up and I'll take a photo of it for you guys, and then I'll post that at the end of this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and just leave a like, comment, even share it to your mates if you want, and I'll see you guys soon with another video. Catch ya. Right, so you got to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching it. This is my first video on YouTube on the prospecting side. So once again, thank you very much for watching it. Means the world to me. As you can see, it wasn't much gold for the majority of that material that I ran through. But in saying that, that is just out of a mine heap. So whatever they were bringing up out of that mine, that's just the gold that is leached out of the rock over however long that mine has been there for. And so majority of the gold is going to be stuck in that rock that's still at the mine site. As of this stage, I haven't really done much more on that side, but I'm keen to get back out there and have another crack at it. I can't get out there at the moment. I've just had major surgery on my leg, so can't walk on it, so I've just got to, you know, heal up and wait for the next season to start getting a bit cooler, and I'll be right back out there making more videos. So once again, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and tune in for some more videos. Catch ya.